Here we are, we're doing some graphing from section 8.5. Let's start with question number 10. When it's in this form, we know the number inside the parenthesis is the opposite of the x term of the vertex. So if I take the opposite of this, I get 1. The number after it is the y value of the vertex, so 1, 0 is my vertex. If I graph 1, 0 over 1 up 0, I get this point here. Because it's the typical shape, we don't need to find points. We're just going to use the typical shape, which is over 1 up 1, over 2 from the vertex up 4, over 1 up 1, over 2 up 4 from the vertex. And so my shape is going to look like that. Let's try number 12 next. In number 12, we have f of x is equal to x minus 6 quantity squared. If we want to graph it, which is what we're trying to do, our vertex is at 6, 0, because it's the opposite of this number. Same as the number that's back here. Since there's nothing back there, it's a 0. That's my vertex. And so I'm going to graph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because there's no coefficient out front, we're going to go over 1 up 1, over 2 up 4, over 1 up 1, over 2 up 4. So my graph is going to look like this. Next one we're going to look at is number 16. It says g of x is equal to x plus 3 squared plus 3, which puts our vertex at opposite of this is negative 3, same as the one outside, 3. So my vertex is at negative 3, 3. So I'm going to go over 3, up 3. There's my vertex. Over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. The over 2, up 4 goes off my grid, so I'm not going to show that. So there's my shape. The next one is 18. It says h of x is equal to x plus 4 squared minus 6. So my vertex is at the opposite of the number in here, same as the one out there. So I get negative 4, negative 6. Let's grab the medium size grid here because of the numbers. Negative 4, negative 6 puts me over here. No coefficient in front, so all I have to do is do over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4. If I was really wanting to get, I would go over 3, up 9, which would put me here, because 3 squared is 9. That's why it's that way, so I could get the rest of my shape. And then let's jump to question 20. And question 20 is our first one where we actually have to find points because it has the thing up here, so it's not the typical shape over 1 up 1, over 2 up 4. So we're going to find our vertex first. There's no parentheses, so our x value of our vertex is 0. There's no number back here, so the y value of the vertex is 0. So I'm going to try a couple points on either side of my vertex. When I put in negative 1 squared is 1, 1 times 5 is 5. Negative 2 squared is 4, 4 times 5 is 20. 1 squared is 1, 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times itself is 4, times 5 is 20. Notice that these numbers are the same. If you put your vertex in the middle, they better be the same because parabolas are symmetric. So when I go to graph this one, I'm going to go with the small grid because of the big numbers. At 0, 0, I'm there. At 1, I'm at 5. At 2, I'm at 20, 10, 15, 20, so I'm there. At -1, I'm at 5, and at -2, I'm at 20. And so my graph is very thin, very thin. Remember in class we said the bigger the number, the narrower the parabola. Let's take a look at number 26 now. 26, we have g of x is 4 times the quantity x minus 4 squared plus 2. My vertex is at 4, 2. And let's take a look at that. We know because of the number in front here, we have to make our table. So I'm going to do the middle of my table is the vertex, so I'm going to put 4, 2 in the middle. And I need two numbers on either side of the 4. So I'm going to go with 3, 2 on this side and 5, 6 on this side. Now my answer to 3 and answer to 5 better be the same. And my answer to 2 and 6 better be the same, because if this is the middle, then those numbers better be the same. If they're not, we've probably better check our answers. Let's try 3. 3 minus 4 is -1. -1 squared is +1. +1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. When I try 2, 2 minus 4 is -2. -2 squared is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. If I put in 5, 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. That's a very good sign that those are the same. And if I put in 6, 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. All right, I think we have it. So 4, 2 is there. 3, 6. 2, 4, 6 puts me there. And 2, 18. 2, 5, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it's too big. I can't fit that one on the graph, so I'm not going to graph it. But 5, 6 I can put on there, is right there. And does it come as a surprise that it's a little bit narrower because of the big number out front? You're going to have a narrow parabola. And the last one we're going to look at is question 28. Question 28 says f of x equals negative quantity of x minus 2 squared minus 6. We want to graph, let's do that one. Our vertex is the opposite of this number, same as this number, so it's at 2, -6 is my vertex. Now, because of the negative in front, and it's not a number, it's just a minus sign, we don't need to make a table, because all this negative does is we're making our normal shape, but we're making it going downward. So I'm going to go over 2, down 6, puts my vertex right there, and from there I'm going to go over 1, down 1. See how I went down instead of up? Over 1, down 1. Over 2, down 4. Over 2, down 4. Instead of going up, I'm going down because of that negative. So my parabola looks the same shape, it's just going down instead of up. Good luck!